Visual Studio Code 1.10 Plus. In the debug panel, click the settings icon to open that VS Code / launch.json. Select Node.js for initial setup. We have Visual Studio 2017. By the way, if you go to your Visual Studio Code and you wanna go what is your version, you go into the help option, and you go into the about option. And then here, for example, I have Visual Studio Code version 1.73.1 user setup. I have the Electron Chromium. I have my Node.js, my V8. I have my Windows, NTX x64 Sandbox now. So you have that information. You can check your information as well. So you have Visual Studio 2017 Plus. Choose and quotation marks debug greater than sign. Start debugging from the menu or hit F5. Detailed instructions. So you can check this one in the GitHub. We have JetBrains WebStorm and other JetBrains IDEs. Create a new Node.js debug configuration and hit debug. We have $-inspect will be used by default for Node.js 7 Plus. To disable, uncheck js.debugger.node.use.inspector and the IDE registry. To learn more about running and debugging Node.js and WebStorm and other JetBrains IDEs, check out the WebStorm online help. So again, you have a bunch of information, a bunch of links with information you can run into. So we have the Chrome remote interface library to ease connections to inspector protocol endpoints. Again, you have the link for the Chrome dev tools. We have the get path. Start a Node.js debug configuration from the debug view or hit F5. Detailed instructions. Again, whoa, I went a little up, so I was in the detailed instructions. So you can hit that link. It's gonna send you to this website. You can start reading it. We have the Eclipse IDE with Eclipse Wild Web Developer extension. From .js file, choose debug as no program or create a debug configuration to attach the debugger to running Node.js application. Already started with $-inspect. So we have the command line options. The following table lists the impact of various runtime flags on debugging. So we have here the flag and the meaning. $-inspect is a flag, and the meaning is enable inspector agent listen on default address and port 127.0.0.1:9229. $-inspect open brackets host port close brackets. This is a flag. And what is the meaning? The meaning is enable inspector agent bind to address or hostname host default 127.0.0.1. Listen on port default 9229. We have $-inspect brk enable inspector agent listens on default address and port 127.0.0.1:9229. Break before user code starts. We have the $-inspect brk open brackets host port close brackets. And again, breaks before user code starts. We have the node inspect script.js spawn child process to run user's script under $-inspect flag and use main process to run CLI debugger. We also have the node spec $port $xxxx script.js spawn child process to run user script under double hyphen inspect flag, and use main process to run CLI debugger. Listen on port default, calling 9229. We have the enabling remote debugging scenarios. We recommend that you never have the debugger listen on a public IP address. If you need to allow remote debugging connections, we recommend the use of SSH. In a future video, I'm gonna make a video about SSH tunnels. Instead, we provide the following example for illustrative purposes only. Please understand the security risk for allowing remote access to a privileged service before proceeding. Okay, let's say you are running a Node.js on a remote machine, remote.example.com, that you want to be able to debug. On that machine, you should start the Node process with the inspector listening only to localhost. So it will be like this command: node space double hyphen inspect space server.js. Now, on your local machine from where you want to initiate a debug client connection, you can set up an SSH tunnel. So we type in SSH space hyphen uppercase letter L space 9221 colon localhost colon 9229 space user at remote.example.com. This starts a SSH tunnel session where a connection to port 9221 on your local machine will be forwarded to port 9229 on remote.example.com. You can now attach a debugger such as Chrome DevTools or Visual Studio Code to localhost calling 9221, which should be able to debug as if the Node.js application was running locally. So, legacy debugger. The legacy debugger has been deprecated as Node.js 7.7.0. Please use the double hyphen inspect and inspector instead. When started with the double hyphen debug or the double hyphen debug hyphen brk switches in version 7 and earlier, Node.js listens for debugging commands defined by the discontinue VA debugging protocol on a TCP port, by default 5858. Any debugger client which speaks this protocol can connect to and debug the running process. A couple popular ones are listed below. So we have the VA debugging protocol is no longer maintained or documented